Give the gift of a delicious burger from Bulldog Burger, a soup and sandwich from Sweet Pepper's Deli, appetizers and cocktails from The Grill, or even a wood-fired steak from Harvey's. Choice is the perfect gift. An all-in-one gift card from Eat With Us.
You wonder how they're going to experience the real world in real safety, where all kids are welcome and everyone has a path forward to new skills, advancement, leadership, something they will carry with them the rest of their lives.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 10.
Well, happy New Year's Eve, everyone. Good evening and welcome to Mississippi Live Weather at 10. I hope all of y'all have had a fantastic into 2025 and are looking good to get ready for an excellent 2026 ahead. I'm gonna have everything you need to know as we get started for the New Year's ahead. So let's get started with this broadcast as we get ready for 2026. But let's take a look at those headlines. It is almost time for the new year. So a few more hours, the ball is going to drop in now, just a little under 2 hours. So definitely good news on the horizon, especially because we're going to have a warmer start to 2026. Those temperatures plummeted at the start of this week. Thankfully, those temperatures have slowly started rising, returning to more seasonable conditions. Unfortunately, this is starting to turn into above average conditions, but I'm definitely a fan of the warmer weather as opposed to colder. So if you like colder weather, look away from that headline. Not good news, but still kind of what's on the horizon for January. Also, those rain chances will try to return as we get ready for 2026, but notice they are only here briefly. We have one window, one day where we see those rain chances, and then after that, we are returning to those dry conditions ahead. Friday, spoiler alert, will be the best chance of those rain chances. But take a look at the first 12. I mean, let's take a look at the front. This is kind of what is most important right now. 36 degrees by 11 o'clock with those clear skies above. I've heard some fireworks off in the background as Tupelo is celebrating with their party outdoors. Thankfully, we're keeping those clear conditions all night. So those fireworks good to go for however many and however long you want to set those off. Those temperatures will continue to drop just a little bit, seeing temperatures pretty much around freezing by 5 o'clock. So you're definitely going to want to layer up as you go about these overnight hours, but we'll want to shed them by the time you reach those afternoon hours. We're already talking about mid-50s by 11 o'clock. That's going to continue bumping on up even more as you get ready for January 1st. But let's take a look at some live looks across North Mississippi. This is out in Kosciuszko, 41 degrees, feels like 39. Those temperatures and feels like values a lot closer than where they were earlier this week. We're going to see those pretty much match almost perfectly as we continue into the week ahead, but also the New Year's. But another live look out here in Fulton. This one takes a while to update. Starts at the sun, but it'll eventually update to current conditions. But bottom two right here kind of showing some traffic going on a little bit, but honestly not as busy for this time of night. 36 degrees out there, feels like 33. That southerly wind coming out of the south around 3 miles per hour. I wanted to see if I could talk long enough to see that to show you all I wasn't crazy, and these do update. Boom. There we go. I'm not a liar. I promise. It just always takes a little bit for it to happen. Boom. Now we got both of them. We're already starting off 2026 on a good note, especially once we get there. But there we go with all four cameras working out there in Fulton. Let's take another live look out here in Smithville. 36 degrees, feels like 33. That southerly mile per hour coming out of the south, 3 miles. So definitely some calm conditions will continue as we approach those overnight hours. But taking a live look with our Mama Justice Mississippi Live Weather Radar, we are tracking out nothing right now here in North Mississippi. Amazing news as we wrap up 2025. Thankfully, we're not really having to track out anything into the overnight hours and into January 1st. So definitely some good news as we wrap up this year. But let's take a look at our surface analysis to kind of show what's the reason behind us not experiencing anything. We don't have any weather makers down here in the southeast, pretty much just on this side of the country as a whole. That low pressure kind of clipper system bringing all that snowfall up there towards the northeast, not affecting any of us down here. That high pressure system continues to be pretty much our weather maker as we continue into the overnight hours. And that's what's allowing us to stay dry and clear, but we'll start to shift just a little bit as we see that cloud cover return. But Futurecast, not showing any cloud cover yet. We're still seeing those dry and clear conditions, that wind coming out of the south, southwest, allowing us to feel a lot better outdoors, and what's responsible for those warmer temperatures. Cold front kind of graces by Mississippi, but as you can tell, not really doing anything for us here. Then there we go with that cloud cover, that moisture starting to come back into the atmosphere, kind of a preface of what's to come for our Friday. Those rain chances getting a little bit more and more confident with them as they get closer and closer to our region. But the next 24 shows a dry day ahead as we start off 2026. 31 degrees by 6, warming on up, talking about upper 50s, low 60s later on tomorrow afternoon. So like I mentioned earlier, definitely not going to want to keep those layers on. It will be another warm day ahead, to say the least. And then we start to see that cloud cover come back into your forecast. 6 o'clock by temperatures around 53 degrees and then cooling off, seeing mid 40s by 9 with those partly cloudy skies above. But of course, I want to give you an in-depth look on what the start of your 2026 looks like, and especially those rain chances. We're going to talk about those for your Friday, and we also have some exciting bowl games coming up tomorrow. I know some just wrapped up today. Ohio State lost to the Miami Hurricanes, but it's okay. We got more teams to root on, and with definitely some more local teams to root on here. And I'm going to go back over here to click on this so I can get transition to a smooth commercial break, but we'll be discussing all of that coming up here in the next minute, and I want you to stick with us here in the Room to Room Weather studio as Mississippi Live Weather at 10 continues after this.
As a bankruptcy firm, Mitchell, Cunningham, and Bowling realizes many people are worried about their finances. We're here to guide you through the next steps to restart your life with easy video appointments. New clients don't have to leave home to get information about becoming debt-free. Also, convenient in-office appointments are available at the low cost of $340 upfront for a Chapter 13. You can be on your way to being debt-free. Contact Mitchell, Cunningham, and Bowling today or visit our website at mcdebtfree.com. We are here to help you.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Even though Gabe grew up in Alabama, Mississippi has now become his home and his family. And one thing about Gabe is he keeps his family safe.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Caleb Edelblut.
Well, thanks for sticking here with us at Mississippi Live Weather at 10. Let's take a look at those current conditions outside here in Tupelo. 36 degrees, feels like 33. So for all of y'all out there partying and getting ready for 2026 ahead, definitely going to have those layers on because it's a lot cooler than where we started during those 5 and 6 o'clock broadcasts, and going to get a little bit chillier as we get ready for the overnight period ahead. But from everything I have heard, y'all seem to be having a fun time outdoors. I wish y'all the best of luck as we get closer and closer towards the new year. But on the bright side, take a look at that temperature change. We've seen a drastic change within the last few days, but pretty much an increase from this time last night. So around 10:09, as I can see on the clock across the wall from me, we're about 7 to 10 degrees warmer than where we are. So those milder conditions already affecting us and are going to continue to do so as we get ready for the first week of January and ready for 2026. But Futurecast is going to show those dry and clear conditions all across North Mississippi. This is at 10 o'clock, continuing into the overnight hours. So wanted to pause it right there at 12. Then we're kind of moving on into those AM hours. That cold front graces by, not really affecting us, not allowing any rain chances or cooler conditions to get towards us, not really seeing anything strong come out of that. And then we're waking up to those dry and clear conditions for our New Year's, but I have a feeling most of us will be sleeping in, not really having to worry about a 6 a.m. wake up tomorrow. But those low temperatures, pretty much low 30s all across North Mississippi. Pretty much, I think there's only one spot we can talk about upper 20s. That's 29 out there in Hamilton, but that's about the coolest we'll get. 31 in Columbus, Amory, Tupelo, Boonville, pretty much just riding up Highway 45. 32 in Water Valley, 33 Tunica, 36 Clarksdale, 37, I think the warmest out there in Greenville. So still a chilly start to the day, but you're going to want to take those layers off later on as we get into those afternoon hours ahead. But let's take another look with that no school day forecast as we are getting closer and closer towards Christmas break being over. 33 degrees by the time you wake up, but here we go. 54 by snack o'clock or around lunchtime. And we're talking about low 60s during those send help hours in the afternoon where the kids will be bouncing off of the walls. But good news is, send them outside. It will feel amazing outdoors. And we're already starting to see that cloud cover move in. Seeing mostly clear conditions by the afternoon, but that cloud cover will start to blanket us. So let's take a look at that right here on Futurecast. Still clear conditions by the time we start off our New Year's and Thursday. But that cloud cover going to start slowly moving in, kind of showing maybe a few around pre-lunchtime, already fading on out. More cloud cover moving in lunchtime and into the afternoon hours, but then it's going to continue building on up as we get closer towards dinner time, especially by 7 o'clock, seeing just a blanket of cloud cover all across North Mississippi. So that moisture, that saturation, finally returning back into our atmosphere, showing we're going to be primed for some rain chances as we get closer towards Friday. But those high temperatures tomorrow, low 60s all across North Mississippi, even talking about some mid 60s. 64 in Columbus and Starkville in the Golden Triangle region, 61 out there in New Albany, 60 in Senatobia, 62 Clarksdale, Cleveland, 64 out there in Greenville. And those feels like values matching perfectly, kind of like what I mentioned earlier on in this broadcast, that wind helping us out, allowing us to feel warmer, but also not see a drastic difference between the temperatures outside and what we're really feeling on our skin as we go about any outdoor plans. And of course, with these warmer conditions, got to go get that dog, take them out for a walk. I know they'll enjoy these warmer conditions as well. That concrete not going to feel as cold on their paws. 33 degrees by 7 o'clock. So if you still like those chillier conditions, that will be the time to take them out for a walk. But then we're talking mid 50s, 12, low 60s by 3 o'clock. So a beautiful forecast ahead, and starting to see that cloud cover by 3 o'clock start to build in as well as you go throughout the rest of your walk. But Futurecast, by 6 o'clock, we're still seeing mostly clear conditions across North Mississippi. A little bit difference in the models. That cloud cover kind of has it rolling in a lot later. Then let me move over to the other side, because this is where we start to see those rain chances move in, of course, from Arkansas, kind of moving from that west to east motion. Starting to see some rain chances by midnight. Again, not too overly impressed by these models. I think it's still overdoing a lot of the rainfall we'll see, but Friday will be the best chance that we do see this rainfall move across North Mississippi. This is going to occur throughout your AM hours, but definitely start to see that moisture build up, and I'm a little bit more confident about these time hours around here around 6 o'clock. See some heavier showers move across into the Delta, crossing the Mississippi River. This is going to continue moving on through the rest of your day, especially into lunchtime. See those rain chances move all across North Mississippi. That warm front kind of pushing in that moisture from the Gulf, allowing us to feel a lot more saturated in the atmosphere, and what's also responsible for these warmer temperatures on the horizon as well. But lunchtime and on, still tracking those rain chances all across North Mississippi. Not really putting any pause points in this, because we're not tracking stormy conditions. It's just rain showers moving on through, and we can see a big L low pressure system hogging the spotlight here, kind of covering up North Mississippi. But just some rain showers. You can see this is pretty much what's under it. Not going to be impactful whatsoever. Just rain showers kind of gracing along North Mississippi, allowing us to see it as we ring in the new year and get ready for everything to come. But taking a look at those rainfall totals, still a little bit overdoing it in my opinion. Around a quarter of an inch is definitely possible, but some areas, especially along the Tennessee state line, you can see almost an inch out there in Iuka. This model keeps kind of increasing as we've continued throughout the night, but 3/4 of an inch out there in Corinth, almost an inch out there in Iuka, just over a half of an inch in Booneville, but still kind of expecting these trace amounts around a quarter of an inch across North Mississippi. Still very nice, but not really going to be too impactful, especially on that drought monitor. We're going to see a new one come out tomorrow, and probably not going to see better conditions that come with it. Probably going to increase it just a little bit. But those high temperatures Friday, a little bit warmer as well. Low to mid 60s across North Mississippi, especially out here in Belzona. Almost talking about low 70s. 69 out there in Belzona, but on the flip side, 60 in Clarksdale, 56 South Haven, 56 Holly Springs, 57 New Albany, and 60 out there in Amory. Those feels like conditions pretty much matching up as well. Further south you go, especially out in the Delta, you're going to feel a little bit warmer. 68 in Belzona and 67 out there in Greenville. But let's go the opposite way. Northeast, 54 in Iuka, Booneville, 55 out there in Corinth. So definitely two different scales right there, depending where you are in North Mississippi. But nonetheless, a beautiful day ahead, especially with those rainy conditions moving on through as we wrap up and get prepared for the weekend. But let's take a look at those bowl games, as we are now a few hours away. We're going to be kicking off these bowl games tomorrow. 3 o'clock out there for Alabama taking on Indiana. I know my dad is definitely going to be rooting on the Indiana Hoosiers after Ohio State unfortunately got knocked out earlier today. Still very fresh. I wore my tie and everything, but it's okay. We're always looking forward to next year. But Alabama, going to see some stormy conditions. We've seen these rain chances continue to skyrocket pretty much throughout the past week. So this is going to be the most impactful game as far as weather-wise with our forecast. 90% of those thunderstorms by the first play, 62 degrees. You're pretty much sitting around the low 60s throughout the first half of the game. Then by the time you are walking out of the stadium, hopefully seeing drier conditions, but on the bright side, cooler conditions coming in around 56 by the end. So definitely wishing Alabama the best of luck as they face off Indiana. Should be a really good game out there in California. Here we go with the Mississippi State Bulldogs facing off Wake Forest. I think this is on the 2nd, so not tomorrow, but yeah, Friday on 7 o'clock. 49 degrees by the first play and barely cooling off, pretty much sitting at the mid-40s, those cloudy conditions above. Maybe seeing those rain chances creep in just a little bit by the end of the game, but hopefully we can wait for that final snap, final whistle to blow, and we are going to see a dry forecast all game long there for Mississippi State. But here's another forecast for the Ole Miss Rebels taking off Georgia out there in New Orleans. Definitely an impactful game, a big game after Lane Kiffin left and now kind of going down into his new territory, hopefully getting a win on the front stage right in front of him. 63 degrees by the first play. Then we're talking about upper 50s by halftime, still sitting around those mid 50s by the final snap, but a dry forecast ahead. Pretty much the best forecast for any of our bowl games coming up. So definitely some good news to look forward to, and I hope all of y'all enjoy watching some football tomorrow. But that 7-day forecast shows us seeing warmer conditions, 61 for our Thursday with those partly cloudy skies above and starting to move in as we proceed further into the afternoon, evening hours. Then those rain chances come back into the forecast for your Friday, around a 30% now, finally bumping up that percentage just a little bit, but that's about it. Enjoy those rain chances Friday. We're talking about a warm and dry weekend ahead. 56 for your high on Saturday, 55 Sunday, and then enjoy those temperatures because we're getting even warmer into the next work week ahead. Low 60s Monday, mid 60s by Tuesday and Wednesday, so definitely some warmer or more mild conditions heading this way to North Mississippi. But hey, it's Mississippi. We never know what the weather is going to be. Well, we give you the best of the forecast for the weather, but it always changes nonetheless, as we know how it does that here in Mississippi. But of course, here's the QR code for both the iOS and Android app. We appreciate all the support you've given us and also all the feedback. And I just want to say I appreciate all of what 2025 has given to me. Definitely did not see it taking me this way, and I have loved every second of it. It has been a busy, hectic one, but I'm looking forward to giving a full year of effort to you guys. I'm really glad to be brought on throughout the last half of the year. So definitely enjoyed hanging out with you guys, and I'm excited for everything 2026 will bring. Of course, if you want to keep updated with us, we'll have our morning broadcast at 6:30, 7, and 7:30 with our meteorologist, Maggie McCauley, who will be talking about the chilly start to your day ahead, but also a warmer day for your afternoon and evening hours. And then, of course, giving you the latest on those rain changes. And then we'll be back live here in the Room to Room Weather Studio at 5, 6, and 10, talking about those rain chances as we get ready for our Friday. But I hope all of y'all have had a fantastic New Year's Eve. Have an amazing New Year's Day ahead. And we'll see you back here in the Room to Room Weather Center.
People tell me how lucky my daughter is to have been adopted. But really, we're the lucky ones. Learn more at adoptuskids.org.
What I thought was a complete life was nowhere near complete. But it is now.
Learn about adopting a teen at adoptuskids.org.